It's Avowed! And we're gonna continue playing Avowed. Now we're at the second area. What's it called again? We're looking for animancers. Yeah, that's the main thing. But I think I'm already looking to do a side quest. I think last time I played, let's see. Yeah, we're at the Emerald Stair now. Totem of Defiance. Alright, yeah, this is the, I think, to find the totem for this region. We're at the Emerald Stair. Right, that's Kai's companion quest. I think I remember stopping by, yeah, this person over here. Quest giver. Yeah. Pigs! Okay, let's see. There's a person over here, somewhere. Over here?
Yeah.
Sparkly. Yeah, here you go. Cielo Pianini.
Gods, what do I tell Sovia? What do I tell the children? It's not bad enough that their mother a little earlier and you'd have beaten the other bandits to my crops. But I guess that's on you, isn't it?
Why don't you tell me what you lost instead of insulting me?
I left the whole pile right here. Enough food, good food, safe food, to get us through the next few months. I went inside just for a moment. The bandits took everything. This was probably her last harvest. There's not a damn thing left to eat.
Something else? I mean, obviously, we already know that, I'm trying to remember, actually, what's going on in this part of the world, of the Living Lands. Like, they use animancy for their farming equipment, and I think I've read some in-world notes about how that's maybe causing, some negative effects, like sinkholes appearing because it's sucking the soul out of the earth. But yeah, let's see from Cielo's perspective.
What? No. We're fine. No smuggling, no dream scourge. What are you implying?
Yeah, you said her last harvest, not ours. Is something wrong with your wife?
Huh. Like sticking your nose in other people's business, do you?
Yeah, I am an RPG protagonist, so... If I can help, I'd like to.
Ah, not you two. Gods. Eh, what do I have to lose?
Yeah, you already
My
lost
wife.
your head, right?
She's sick. Not a dream troll. Just sick. We've known for a while now. But treatment is expensive. There's not enough to go around. I thought if she could eat well for whatever time she had left, she'd be more comfortable. And now, it's gone. There. Are you happy?
What is she sick with? How long does she have?
It's weeping fever. A rose draught would clear her up. But good luck finding any to spare. When they
Rose
ran
draught.
away, I saw them following the river north. They're probably hiding up there, waiting to steal from someone else. You come back with my crops, and I'll give you whatever I can. You can't put a price on survival.
Retrieve the stolen crops, food theft. What is that? All the way up north. Nope. Nope. Following the river north. Investigate the area to find those responsible for the missing crops. Yeah, quote-unquote bandits! Could this be, more of the Zorips? So I'm guessing this is a river. You just follow it, and yeah, it's not. It's like no waypoint on the map. You just have to find them. Follow the river, sure. Yeah, we'll do that after we talk to the governor about the animancy method. I feel because yeah, that's gonna be a trek. And I feel like we'll be going that direction for the main quest, probably. Okay, enemy mushrooms. Not interested in fighting right now. There's a place over there. Obviously, there's this road. Path, I guess. Yeah, let's go talk to the governor first and see what's happening over at the Pio Mes Iverno. Nico, hello?
Word of advice, give a wide berth to the governor's manor. Giat is about to tear that poor man a new one.
Unfortunately, that's where I'm headed.
Well, I hope you have a stomach for profanity.
Huh. A woman shouting profanity at leadership? Reminds me of home.
She came storming up the hill with a wheelbarrow full of spoiled crops. Then the shouting started.
Animancer's fighting? This I have to see.
This isn't the first time Giat has put the governor in his place, but it might be the last.
What are they fighting about?
Look around. The town's overgrown, the crops are dying. What's not to fight about?
Just take a blessed day look outside. Doesn't take a genius to see this place is rolling downhill.
The governor's manor is on the far side of town. You can't miss it. Just follow the sound of foul language.
I was hoping to learn some local curses.
Looking forward to seeing what it looks like when animancers fight.
Yeah, I pretty much brought that plague.
Did you now?
Captain Masoni said he'd never seen anything like it.
Oh, I bet. It's a nice day, isn't it?
Yeah, sure, I guess. Clear night sky, you can see the stars. The moon, or whatever celestial object it is that hangs in the sky at night over the living lands. Not really sure. Okay, look at this very impressive, intimidating door to Fiera Mesiverno. That's where we're going. Yeah, it's the purple hue. That is the color of this place because of all the animancy going on. That is the color of essence.
Ah, the Emperor's envoy. Come to interfere in Steel Garrote business again?
Right, we saw her back at Paradise, actually. It depends. Are you doing something that requires my interference?
Certainly not. Besides, I have no more business in Fjord. If you're here to speak with Vidaro, I'm afraid you'll find the governor is quite beyond reason. These Valians and their love of animancy.
Metaphysically speaking, it's unlikely that animancers are causing this plague.
While they theorize and do nothing, the sickness spreads. But worry not, envoy. The Steel Garrote will be ready to ensure the safety of Adiran interests when the time comes.
Stare quizzically.
We all have our part to play, envoy. Until later.
She's as subtle as a broadside.
Does subtle mean something different outside of Solace?
Clearly. Quest givers.
The Steel Garrote are never far.
See on the map, these people. Oh no, it's the board. Okay, yeah. Bounty board. Bounty Master Martella.
And all godlike. I've heard whispers that one of your kind was here in the Living Lands. It is a pleasure to meet you. In case it wasn't clear, I'm the point of contact for anyone with bounties to turn in. So return to me if you have any to claim.
What's your role in Fior Mesiverno?
Officially, I'm one of the many researchers here. My specialty is in the anatomy of the many species of Eora.
Why are you here instead of researching?
If you must know, Vulpinet, these bounties are more pressing than my research. Someone had to be chosen to man the board. That person happens to be me. At least some of these bounties result in interesting specimens to study.
I'll return an eye bounties.
Aureta
Collect.
Gori. I hope to see you soon.
Aureta Gori. Beltereno. Earth Blight. Yeah. It's, that's the illustration. Or Beltereno. Rangers and settlers perished in a natural disaster, and now their souls are bound together in agony, incarnated as the Blight. Please put them out of their misery.
Oh, those poor souls. Please bring them peace, Sainiko. Becoming part of a blight is not a fate I would wish upon my worst enemy.
The Trantons. A reward will be given for killing the notorious Tranton bandit gang located in the Western Forest. These outlaws are responsible for a number of raids on outlying farms. Someone needs to ensure that these raids end for good.
Oh, the Trantons. A bunch of butzos, if you ask me.
Batzos.
But they are dangerous. I admit.
Batzos.
Watch yourself out there.
Old Luna. Blighted Bear. Reward will be given for killing an ancient and dangerous bear that has taken up residence within the grotto. Some citizens familiar with the region's history recognize this bear as Old Luna, a beast responsible for the deaths of many rangers.
Be careful with old Nuna. I have a theory that her longevity and hardiness are due to an inordinate suffusion of essence.
The Lemgen. Oh, okay, yeah, one of these wood people. A reward will be given for killing a group of Delemgan within the Western Forest. They have been acting more aggressive lately, attacking rangers on patrol and researchers out in the field.
Ah, those Delemgan.
Delemgan.
They are not evil, it is just in their nature to push back against the expansion of civilization. Still, survival of the fittest and all that, eh?
Delemgan. Clutch's dispatch. Wanted. Uh-oh. Sansa, a cartographer in Paradis, is reported as assistant Clutchia, missing in the Emerald Stair. A reward will... Okay, I thought it was going to be Sansa who was wanted, but yeah. A reward will be offered for the return of Fletchia's cartographic notes. Below was her last correspondence, posted to provide clues to her whereabouts. Good day to you, Sansa. I hope this letter finds you well. I am pleased to report new progress on my charts of the Emerald Stair. I have taken up near a curious ruin that locals called Naku Terek. Wait a minute, I remember that name. Like the old city? Something like that? Was it Yatsli? That furry wizard lady met at the beginning of the area? Or maybe somewhere else. Anyway, godless perhaps? I will note it. Such architecture I have never seen. I know I should be diligent and focus on my work, but I cannot help worrying that my presence here is a burden. Though the Fiorians welcome me warmly, it is clear that they have fallen on hard times. I hope to finish quickly. I am yet another mouth to feed. Got any commentary on that? Zarips! That's a fun drawing. Attention! A reward will be given for killing the Zarips and taking up residence at the abandoned farms northwest of Fior. If those farms are ever to be reclaimed, the Zarips will need to be driven away from the land. Yeah, you run out. Run out of lines. Give me that. Some of that thorn fruit. I'm sure you don't mind, lady. Felici's house. Who is that? Wait, I think I also remember that name from somewhere.
If only we had these in the tusks.
Warden Petru.
They do such lovely work here, don't they? Hang on. I know you from Solace, right? I'm afraid I don't know who you are. Just as you don't know who I am.
Yeah, Warden
You're
Petru.
blessed, mad. I remember you. I got you. So, we understand each other then. I never thought the world of animancy could be so varied and fascinating. I can make use of so much of this equipment.
So you're a Pargrin. I heard your people didn't travel outside of Galwain's tusks. Yeah, we're just gonna ignore Maurice's realization of who this person actually is. Just gonna barrel ahead.
Yeah, I suppose it's a bit unusual to see one of my people about. But I'm here on important business. If you see anyone else from Sole's Keep, just do me a favor and don't tell them you saw me.
Why not?
It's not worth talking about, really. Some of my fellow wardens might misunderstand.
But we still don't even know why you're here.
You know what I mean. And Marius, it was good to see you. May you find all you're looking for and more.
Okay,
Just don't tell anyone you saw me here.
sure.
Rejuvenate and revitalize
Honest
your
meal.
first drink. Is your soul cracked like an old teacup? Buy a crystal today.
Crystals. Anybody home? Luigi's journal too. Crop is ruined. There's no denying it now. The dream scourge has come to Emerald Stair. Vidaro insists on feigning ignorance. He wants to prevent panic. We are losing precious time. Lives could be lost. What's more, Giada's become restless in Fior Mesiverno. I must remind myself that I once found myself aching for the promise of something greater. I can still hear Yatsli, yeah, that the lady, Yatsli's voice that first I did. Nakuterek, yep, that name again. Our future is a blaze of risk. Isn't that wonderful? But this time I cannot run right. I guess it's because, yeah, I think that's where I got this, heard of this name from. Was Yatsli, yeah. Vidaro cares little for animancy or legacy. His comfort is king. Keep asking myself what the point of all this is if we abandon animancy at the first sign of struggle. This fancy doohickeys. Lucy's Journal 3. I fear the worst. For days now, Giata and I passed the gates before sunrise to record the essence in Emerald Stairs soil. The results are erratic and unpredictable. The crop, once green and plentiful, is wilted and smells of decay. The wildlife shows sign of strain. A bear emerged from hibernation months early, completely rabid. We found several sparrows fallen on the floor, dead without any sign of attack or cause. Symptom of a larger disease. Journal 1. Yeah, okay, it's meant to be placed in this way, in good order. Today, Talu approached me at the market, a bundle of greens in hand. At first glance, I thought his crops had withered with the usual rot. But on further inspection, the mold shimmered with a strange gloss. I brought the bundle back to my shop for immediate testing. Well, it's obviously not his shop, but his, home. Shop is.
Wake up your soul in the morning, Cristo. Sleep.
Rosana Fallo.
Cristo.
Wait,
What I'm doing is best for...
over here.
Can I interest you in some glaive berries or Barrett's bells, perhaps?
Abrit Poria.
Welcome to Poria in Velino, the finest legitimate apothecary of Emerald Stair.
Yeah, how's business going?
5 summers ago, business was thriving. But now charlatans are selling crystals and essence enlargers in the streets.
Essence
Add
enlargers.
rumors of Dream Scourge and everyone is buying from these swindlers. At least you've come in.
So I take it not good then. You could profit by selling such products yourself too. People are scared and want reassurance. That's all.
I know. I wish they'd trust my expertise. But with medicine, there are no easy answers. At least I don't have to convince you.
I need some supplies. What do you have? Exceptional. Yeah, that's the 3rd tier. I can actually afford one of them. But, elements. So that's the general one. Ember is just fire. Greater elements. Ah, yeah, that's what I already have, yeah. Rime, yeah, it's ice. Sparks, lightning. Storms. Wait a minute. Blizzard? Yeah, I think these are the big AoE ones. Fine. Minolectus Conduit. And Minolecta Exceptional Wand. You got any lockpicks? Elias Talon. How many do I have of that? Alright, I can't even see here because you can't actually sell those materials, so a bit annoying. Here you have this nice turquoise gem. How did I say that weird? Turquoise. Turquoise. I was thinking, yeah, oh, that's a French pronunciation of Q-O-I-S. Wow. Turquoise. I don't think I really need anything right now. We got in the back rooms. Free essence potion. Why, thank you. Beautiful Ector. I write this without hope, knowing you'll never see it. Every day I come into your tea shop, watch as your lips mutter about the noise and complain about contention. Yet the only contention I feel is within my heart. I order your tea, sit in the corner as you serve other customers, but you never notice. I imagine what has captured your thoughts each time you lose focus and stare at the wall with a blank expression. Each time I wish that it was me you looked at with those glazed, blurry eyes, forever your magpie. Abrit. Hopelessly in love with this Abrit. And maybe Hector. Was it Hector? Already forgot the name. Isn't in some yeah. Under the effects of Dream Scourge. That's why he loses himself.
Please be discreet. So let's keep who would understand.
I don't either, but yeah, sure. Rosanna Fallo.
Oh, you startled me. This old woman can get lost in prayer from time to time. You must be the Adiran envoy I've been hearing about. Apologies for any hardships you may have experienced getting here. The failing crops, the strange beasts, and even the Dream Scourge are all the result of our neglect of the dead.
You recite from the scripture of Berath. I remember that name, one of the gods, right, of death.
You recognize the scripture? How wonderful! Perhaps someday we can recite it together. I am asking the spirits to forgive us for our negligence and continue on their way without anger. The dead of Fjord expect certain rituals to be carried out. I have failed to perform those rituals, and now the spirits are angry.
Even angry spirits could not cause anything as dire as the problems facing Fjord.
It is not wise to underestimate the wrath of spirits who believe they have been forgotten. Our recent dead require a final meal to ease their passage from life. Without it, they can't rejoin the cycle.
Final meal.
You've got people waiting in line for their next meal, and you want to waste food on the dead?
I got food from the grain merchant stores. I just need someone to leave it at the graves. The dead will take it from there.
Flesh and bone, they bring the fruit to those who cannot eat. What tree calls for its branches to endure these rituals?
Damn, okay. Steal this food, huh? That's being very perceptive. I doubt the spirits consume the food, but the goodwill gesture has a calming effect on the dead. Yeah, we're all about this mystical bullshit. But yeah, it is kind of hard to ignore this part, though. But I guess we don't even have to really, like, if we do take the food, it's, you know, you can actually just give it away, right? I don't think the game will lock us into having to put it in, by the graves. It's an RPG, right? We just say what this woman wants to hear, or we go do the complete opposite. No, but you know, I kind of want to press this. We are very perceptive. And, yeah. Yeah. You see this? Let's press her on and see how she reacts.
I did, yes.
Oh, okay.
With things the way they are, there was no other way to get what I need for the ritual. If I didn't think this was important, I wouldn't have taken the food. But this ritual is the key to everything. I know Elena would understand how important it is to pay tribute to the dead.
Who is that? Yeah, I think we are gonna just go all the way with being a weirdo about spiritual things, even though we already have this voice telling us directly in our heads that, oh, even they don't think this is, they don't approve of this. Very practical in that manner. Yeah, I guess maybe we can, say this and then maybe, give the food to people anyway. Yeah, let's go with this. We'll go with not the expected dialogue choice.
That could very well be true. But however it works, neglecting the ritual clearly has had dire effects for Fjord.
What do you need us to do?
You must take these offerings of food and place them at 3 grave sites where the recently dead lay. The first offering goes to a cliffside grave on the southern coast.
Whose bodies rest there?
Loggers from the old days. They sacrificed themselves to make the land habitable and lost their lives to creatures of the untamed forest. The second offering goes to a grave in the swamp, far to the west from here.
And the third?
The final offering should be taken to the truffle farm east of Fjord, where a family lost their lives to the encroaching wilds.
What can you tell me about this final grave?
Such a tragedy. A young family lost their lives there as the wilds encroached, swallowed before they could even flee.
We hope this will calm your angry spirits.
I believe it will do exactly that. The spirits will find closure and rest, and the living can move on from this recent tragedy. Be careful, friends. The angry spirits lash out blindly. I cannot predict what awaits you at these graves.
Next time you want to tour graveyards, I'm staying at camp. We should help the living and let the dead rest.
I can't thank you enough for helping to ease the conscience of an old lady. Please, return when the rituals are complete.
Yeah, Kai isn't about this whole deal. Yeah, we do have the option to just tell, what was it? Basically snitch on this lady. Yeah, might have an opinion on the stolen food. Is it this one? I guess not. It's a different quest. But yeah, there's a lot of food, I think. But yeah, doing this quest will take me all around the Emerald Stairs, so just in terms of getting myself to explore the region, that's useful. And I think it's still gonna be in line with the character anyway, of being all about the mystical side of things. Even if it doesn't endear us to Kai. Alright. Food offerings. what is this letter? Edict of Subsistence. By order of the governor's will in office, all greens, fruits, and grain of the earth are to be rationed by Fior's proper authority, effective immediately. These temporary measures shall be in place until further notice. Any attempts at subversion shall be swiftly dealt with. Ignacy Vidaro, Belle Savant, Emerald Stair. That's the governor, right?
Empty again.
Seems that way.
Vidaro says the current crop looks promising, though.
How can he know that? He's not a farmer.
Be patient. He hasn't steered us wrong before.
I am not accustomed to failure.
Ugh, neither am I. But it happens to the best.
Rejection letter. Thank you for your humble application to the Animancer's Workshop of Fior Mesiberno. We regret to inform you that admittance cannot be granted at this time. While your proposal on using Audra implements to siphon essence to specific genital features of male anatomy was certainly unexpected, we suggest you reconsider your suggestions for practical application. Sincerely, Pere Clicci. Yeah, okay, so that was essence enlarger.
Rest of us, no? They made up their minds before we even started. It's okay, we'll try again.
But it's the third time.
You know how it is. Their standards are impossible. It isn't personal.
Of course it's personal. It's the Animancer's Workshop.
There's something I can do to help.
Maybe we need some feedback on our proposal.
Using essence to cure male flaccidity is uncharted territory. I'm sure of our thesis.
I would think so. I like that we actually have two options going down the court augur route. Yeah, something as trivial as that, to be offended. But yeah, I think this is a funny option. So we'll go with that. I would think soul lessons would be the perfect thing to enliven the male member.
Our thoughts exactly. Our experiments have been very successful on animals and vegetation.
Wait, how does it
We
work on
treat this
vegetation?
important issue with the utmost respect, even down to the proposal's title.
What do you think of this? Boning without bones, essence and the performativity of male anatomy.
Boning without
This,
bones.
From stick to stone, using essence to augment male performance.
That's hilarious. I suggest erecting the future, the burgeoning science of man. How about abomination, wasting essence on ridiculous? No, we'll go with erecting. Yeah, erecting the future, the burgeoning science of manamancy.
That's brilliant, huh? Simply brilliant.
We've done it again.
Wait until they read this. The days
Oh
of
my
packing
God.
rope are at an end.
Packing rope. Okay, that's yeah. You don't need get yeah. You don't often get a chance to be funny as our character, because yeah. But so I gotta take these opportunities. It's funny. Yeah, this game can be funny. It's these random asides that do help make the world feel more alive. The living lands. Okay. What's up here? Yeah, sure, just have a grenade lying on the table. Very safe. Small book. Okay, yep. Of course, it's also called Small Book. Darling, I wish you could have joined me this time. I understand Vidaro needs his hand held at the best of times, let alone during the onset of a famine, but still, ruins are a little more beautiful with you here to explain things to. Of course, you can't join me now, even if Vidaro's suddenly grown competent. I've explored this ruin thoroughly, and I'm sure the locals are sick of me by now, so don't miss me too much, my dear. I'll be home soon. Yatsley, yeah, that's the lady you met at the beginning of this region. The Emerald Stair. Okay. Yeah, that's
Think your health?
Koichi's.
Think again. Clean yourself out with a healing crystal.
Party note. Hastily scrawled but radiates with love. LM. I hope this note finds you well. What an occasion, despite the lackluster fruit. You always were the life of the party, despite your claims otherwise. I look forward to more antics soon. Till we meet again, FB.
Jota, what's the meaning of this?
Governor?
Look at these crops. Look at your city. The Dream Scourge is laying waste to our home.
There is no Dream Scourge in Emerald Stair.
The land begs to differ, and I can prove it.
We can discuss this in private.
We are discussing it now. How can you ignore what's right in front of you? The Dream Scourge is here, in the soil, and it's killing us. Oh my goodness. Are you a godlike?
It's funny. I guess it's probably just like the limitations of the game's engine or whatever. But it's funny how the game arranges the NPCs in a line, like in front of you, or I guess yeah, just court again, not having to go through all the trouble of artfully blocking the characters. They just have all of the NPCs in a line in front of you, even when like it doesn't really make sense for them to be doing that. Like, in world, because they have to look to their sides when they're directly addressing other NPCs. But yeah, it's just funny to see. But I understand. Yeah, it's probably just easier this way. Anyway. Yeah, it's like a reminder of like the limitations of this game on top of just being able to pick up everything in people's homes, private spaces without any consequence really. Nobody really, I mean, yeah, there are some NPCs that react to it, but they don't actually result in, meaningful consequences. Yeah. Are you a godlike? Sorry to interrupt. I'm also looking into the Dream Scourge.
In that case, you're right on time.
Maybe you can talk some sense into our governor. Put the fear of the gods in him.
Yes, Ambassador's
Seems more
haircut.
likely you'll have to punch some sense into him.
Excuse me, but unless you have official business, I'll thank you not to involve yourself in our private discussion.
Silence! You know when I'm addressing you! No, well, we're not gonna act like that. I'm an Adiran envoy. Is that official enough?
Very well. I hope you remember that behind these walls, your influence has limits.
I'm sure he didn't come all this way just to challenge your authority. As you can see, I was just proving a point to our esteemed governor.
A cart full of spoiled vegetables. You call that a point?
Ha! Emerald Stair used to be a lush garden for miles around, and now I don't even recognize it. First came the invasive species, roots and mycelium growing overnight, as though nature itself had gone mad. The Dream Scourge has twisted our lands, our wildlife, and now of farms.
Why I'm here. Perhaps an animancer can help me stop it.
Then there's no time to waste arguing with bureaucrats.
We definitely agree on that.
I believe that we can restore the land, bring back its soul and its sanity, cut off the dream scourge at the root. Our governor would rather ignore the problem. He doesn't trust animancy as his father did.
But you do. What would it take for you to fix this?
Before we can deal with the dream scourge, we first need to understand it. Unfortunately, new experiments have to go through him.
Must be nice that all the arguing isn't about you, for once.
I'm just trying to stop Giatta from hurting herself. Animancy is dangerous when you're shooting in the dark.
What's the worst that could happen? Although, yeah, I like to ask these questions even though I know the answers. I guess for the most part. Like, we know about the souls getting taken out of the body, and, you know, yeah. But I like to hear it from these characters. Although sometimes I do feel like it can feel like kind of a waste sometimes, though, when the questions are usually answered in a way that is very factual, and that, oh yeah, just sort of tell the player this is what this subject is about, in case you forgot, and not necessarily framing it in a way that really informs the player of the perspective of that specific character sometimes. So let me ask anyway. Let's see what Governor Ignacy Vidaro believes to be the worst that could happen when dealing with animancy.
Are you going to tell him about your family's basement?
See, okay, yeah,
or should I?
Maybe learning.
Dare you use that against me?
Something new.
I know it was an accident, but look what it cost you. We can't let it happen again.
While we argue among ourselves, the Dream Scourge is tearing the living lands apart. Tearing our people apart.
What was that about your family's basement?
It's nothing. Our governor is backed into a corner and lashing out. I almost respect him for it. Buy me a drink sometime, and I'll tell you all about my family's basement.
Halo wine or something stronger? Suddenly we're just flirting with this person. Deal. First, you should take care. Maybe with another character, I would go there, but yeah. Josephus is all about dealing with the Dream Scourge.
I thought you'd never ask. Well, Governor, looks like I'm taking some time away from my duties. I'll trouble you no more.
Your request is denied, Giatta.
I wasn't asking.
Your responsibilities are to the settlement. Turning away from them sets a precedent that I cannot allow.
Everything I have proposed has been for Fior, and you still refuse to cooperate. Under the circumstances, I don't have much of a choice.
Then neither do I. Giatta Castel, from this day forth, you are banished from Fior Messiverno.
Banished?
What?
Ignacy, we can't lose our brightest animancer in the middle of a crisis.
Your pupil has gone too far, Quilici. Take her and leave. You're still a guest in my town, but to us, Giatta is an outcast.
Giatta, are you okay?
It's a bit too soon to tell.
Governor, this is unacceptable. Your father would have kept this community together at any cost.
Don't bother, old man. He isn't his father. I've done all I can for Fior Messiverno. But you haven't even tried. Now limp back to your giant house like a good dog. We should talk somewhere private. Meet me at my house due west, by the workshop.
See? And it's just of them leaving.
I'll find us another bedroom.
Is that necessary? Okay. Save. Successful. West of the governor's mansion. So we do have a map of Fiormisper now. Where are we? Over here. West over there. This is where Giatta is. Although she's gonna be banished. Okay, it's definitely a much smaller place compared to Paradis. Just had to pick up that thorn fruit. Bedroom key. Could unlock it. But we'll do that after we see if the governor has anything else to say. Butler?
By tradition, the governor's manor is open to the public. You may look, but don't touch.
Sure. Yeah, totally. Don't touch something sparkly. And it's up here. Alien breastplate. Oh, I am now encumbered. Medium armor. Oh, look at that. Fancy. Fancy. Oops, didn't mean to go topless. But yeah, no, we're not. We're sticking with the gambeson. Let's just put this in camp. And a lot of stuff, huh? Putting away all this stuff that I've been picking up. This is, we'll be dismantling that, breaking it down. Gasavidada's journal. I've sworn to the people on my family's honor that there's no dream scourge in Emerald Stair. If it exists, it cannot touch our lands. When I'm alone at night, I must remind myself of that promise, again and again, even if I must scream into these empty halls. So why do I feel threads pulling away from the fabric of my community while I strain to hold them together? It's the old man and his protege, or else my imagination, but probably them. Mother's condition isn't helping my cause. Either it is wine. Yeah, I'm losing it. Mother. Is Mother in the bedroom? Probably. Look at this. Nice stained glass window. Balcony. Is that Essence traveling through these like cables? That's cool. Oh, Marius got something to say. Probably about the wardens. This is where the governor is. Final Journal of Jonas. Is this Ignacio's father? Hey? Huh? Yeah, lots of master choking on his own whip. Okay, strange. Uh-huh. Okay, yeah. So, transferring a soul from a dying body... Well, not dying, but yeah, infirm. Yeah, dying body. It's a recently deceased man, yep. Did not turn out well. Governor, my research points to one inevitable conclusion. The harvest will fail. Before you ignore me again, read on. Listen. My father spoke of a river of souls flowing through the island. The souls feed our crops and power our machines. We agree on that much. What do you think happens when the river gets polluted? If you don't believe me, look at your own farms. The soil is hollow. Might even have the dream scourge. The time has come to break the bones of the living lands and set them in a more agreeable fashion. It may be Fior Mesiverno's only hope. You should discuss this in person. I'm confident you'll see reason. Guest Giada Castel. They did not see a reason. Anonymous letter. Governor Vidaro, all this talk of the dream scourge infecting the land has grown too loud to ignore. If it was just Kulichi, we could see our way past it. Call him senile and the discussion's over, yes? But now Giada is speaking for him, and you'd be hard-pressed to find an animancer who doesn't trust Giada Castel. To put it plainly, we demand results of one kind or another. Let the old man do his research or find some way to discredit him. If you're lucky, he'll discredit himself. What are you afraid of, Ignacy? We wonder. Either way, this has to end. It's tearing us apart. Your father would have put a stop to it by now. Really? With patience, your friend's in town. It's like a map of something. Veins, land, river. Let's read all the stuff before we talk to him. Eurochian? Calendar. Included. Okay, that's a... It can't be a typo. It's gotta be a word, real word. Included. Yeah, I'm looking it up. Before I continue reading this, I have to look it up. Include? Yeah, no, that is not. Huh. If that is like the type, that's weird. But anyway. Days of reverence devoted to political stations. Deep winter, foniverno, late winter, tariverno, spring dawn, imprima. Early spring, preprima, mid spring, march prima, deep spring, fom prima, late spring, tar prima. Summer rising, inestu. Early summer, priestu, midsummer, majestu, mid-year. Deep summer, fonestu. Late summer, tarestu. Autumn falling, inautumn. Early autumn, pre-autumn. Mid-autumn, maj-autumn. Deep autumn, fonautumn. Late autumn, tarautumn. Winter dusk, iniverno. Early winter, pre-verno. Midwinter, magiverno. Okay. Yeah. Excuse me? Estel's copy of the midwife's memoirs. Wait, I think I've read this already. Scainite scripture. Burn, feel thy hatred twist within thee. Feed thyself on its bile, sustain thyself on its anger. This hatred, this bile, this anger. These shall be the tools for thy rebellion. Let thine heart seethe. There is no satisfaction in open confrontation. Hide thine hatred, let it grow that it may fester. Make thy plots in secret. The quiet slave stays in the shadows. His face seeks not the light. In darkness doth he work, in darkness doth he move. Rebel against those that seek to control thee. Rebel against those that wish to remove thee. And that's that letter. Quiet slave. Alright, Governor.
I'm sorry you had to witness that spectacle. Giatta is a spirited animancer, but she can be intolerable at times. Whatever you may think of us, I welcome you to Fiorme Siverno.
You really don't believe this crisis is as bad as it looks?
I believe the nature of the living lands is unpredictable, and animancy is our best chance at getting it under control. But what Giatta wishes to do is more dangerous by far than what she's trying to solve. Quilici wants us panicking over what he can't even prove. If there's a threat to Emerald Stair, it's that old man and his fear-mongering. Don't waste your time on him.
Do you mind if I work with Giatta? I know if he doesn't matter what he thinks of. I work with Giatta because we will. Why are you so afraid of him? I want to dive deep into that.
He was loyal to my father, but never to me. And he knows how to rally others to his side.
This Nim dude wouldn't see a Balrog coming if it did a little dance right in front of him.
If there's nothing more, I have a city to run.
No, we're not gonna. Well, I guess we could say that isn't. Well, yeah. It's saying that Elder Rosanna stole the food, but maybe we could get some information from. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. Did you know Elder Rosanna has been leaving food out for the deceased?
The short answer is
okay.
Yes, I'm aware. And I've tolerated it, up to a point. We are a community of animancers. Among other things, we have a healthy respect of the dead. I have no wish to anger the departed, but then again, my first responsibility is to the living.
You're more open-minded than I expected.
The dead have a strong connection to the beyond, and therefore animancy. They can make our work very, very difficult. Best not to upset them.
Alright, farewell for now. Yeah, they don't actually give you the option to give the offerings to the governor now, huh? That's weird. Let's see.
Consider yourself.
Oh yeah, you really just have that one chance. That's, and I don't. Yeah, it's weird that they make that a thing where you only have that chance to give him the offerings. Because I don't think we've really said anything that would prevent us from doing that. Anyway, what's going on over here? I need my privacy. Letter to my son.
I've got a powerful feeling we weren't supposed to see this.
Yeah. Ignace, I write this in a rare moment of clarity. Before he left us, your father was a proud, stubborn, wonderful man. Let me offer you a word of advice on his behalf. Those who rule with power are destined to be overthrown by power. Those who rule with heart are destined to be cherished long after they are gone. I can feel the fog drifting back over my thoughts. Goodbye, Ignace. Hopefully not for long. Your mother, Estelle. Shimmering wings, gnashing teeth, chew through the dirt. Where are my hands, Ignace? Where are my hands? My hands, my hands, my hands. Still wrote that. Yeah. Onto this letter, huh? Strange. Estelle. Flower of Winter by Maxim. Okay, Maxim is the father? The Valian Republic swindled me out of the Sangreta Ducala. It denied me my born right to lead Spirento's government. I would not take such insults lying down. Skane was behind me all along, whispering into my ear, caressing my shoulder with skinless fingers. It's Together we sowed a revolution. Now you can actually taste the fruit it bore. You can only imagine the day Spirento awoke to discover the empty halls of academia, the pillaged libraries. Where did our brightest minds go? Where are the animancers? They blamed me, yet they had no one to blame but themselves. We journeyed to this frontier in defiance of the Valiant Republics. We remain because our community is a living revolution. Proof that we can thrive without a golden chain about our necks.
Ignacy. Where is Ignacy?
Oh, boy. Oh, stuff's growing out of her face now. Yeah. Yeah, she has the dream scourge.
My hands. My hands.
Yeah.
Sharp talon.
And officially he denies the dream scourge.
No darkness. Only color. Maxim, where did you go?
Yep. So, what if we talk to...
Ignacy's mother is very ill. Please, don't disturb her anymore.
Okay, so at least the butler acknowledges us actually seeing the mother. Right, let me save. Hey! What's up with your mom?
If you'll excuse me, my time is precious.
Yeah, why is your mother locked up in her bedroom?
I knew I heard someone snooping about. And you have the gall to confront me like a common criminal. This conversation is over.
Does she have the dream scourge?
That is not a topic for discussion.
She has stuff on her face.
I hear no more of this. You go about your business, and I'll go about mine.
Okay.
Relax, Cool. Just asking questions.
Yeah. No secrets among us. We're all going to be confronting each other about everything. Oh, yeah, now we actually have some daylight. Well, it's turning dark again. Who's over here? Apprentice Animancer's Diary. 7th of Taretsu. I've finally done it! I'm studying at the academy, my dreams come true! The equipment here far exceeds anything available to me at home. And the knowledge, my colleagues are all so brilliant. One has even offered me a great boon. Ollie says he has a way of enchanting one's trousers to elevate one's performance in the bedroom. He says it's still experimental and I mustn't tell anybody, but he promises results. Perhaps I shall find a lover for keeps within this bastion of animancy and kindness. 12th of Taretsu. I'm confounded. My colleagues snicker as I pass. Their laughter is undeniable. I do not understand. Have I committed some great faux pas? Pau? S? That's supposed to be an S sound. Hopefully they can forgive my ignorance. 15th of Taretsu. To do. Formulate plan to retrieve pants from atop Monto's animancy machine. Formulate plan to reclaim my honor. Exact revenge upon Ollie. Perhaps try the essence enlarger offered in the town square. Yep. Yeah. Eager. Over eager. Get embarrassed in the academy.
Ado! Welcome to my fine establishment, amico.
Essence of War.
Well, I was not expecting such an esteemed guest in my humble workshop. Are you in need of any weapons or armor? The roads haven't been safe as of late.
Oh, some star metal. Do animancers have much use for weapons and armor?
Nay, not really. But not all of us in Fjord are animancers, you know. Besides, humble craftsmen such as myself, we have the rangers to outfit. Under normal circumstances, I'd not sell to a traveler like yourself. But as I'm sure you've seen, these are not normal circumstances. Care to see what I have?
So you're not an animancer?
Officially not, but I have been known to dabble with essence infusion here and there. I have one such item for sale, actually. A beautiful mace made of star metal, crafted by the finest smiths of Solace Keep and enchanted by yours truly. It is a wonder to behold. Care to see?
Okay, so we don't get to ask him about the star metal thing again? That's kind of annoying. Again, like, I don't see any reason why we can't do it now. It's because we didn't immediately pick it, right? Yeah, that's kind of weird. This is probably the thing that he was talking about. Lodestone. Yes, it's unique. I could actually get this, but... Definitely buying that. I guess I could sell these ones, because I'm not breaking them down. But I don't really need a lot of money right now, so just hold on to that for now.
Ado.
Can I ask you about
Welcome
star metal
back.
again?
Care to take a look around?
What can you tell me about this metal?
Is that Gillard? This is star metal. Very rare stuff. Where did you get this? Nay, don't tell me. I'd be tempted to go looking for some more, and that would certainly not end well.
What makes this metal so special?
Star metal is exceptionally dense. It weighs much more than one would think from its size. More fascinating, however, is that this metal is suffused with dormant essence. This makes it naturally susceptible to enchantment.
Can you do anything with it?
No. Unfortunately, I don't know how to work the metal into anything useful. Only enchant it. I did receive a shipment from Solace Keep recently, however. A mace crafted out of star metal, brought to me by a trader from Galloway's Tusks. I suggest you make your way there if you're looking for someone to work that beautiful metal into a proper weapon.
Galloway's Tusks.
Galloway's Tusks? Come on, it can't be that complicated. I bet you 5 skates a Smith and Thirdborn would know what to do with this stuff.
I'll take that bet. I don't know where Galloway's Tusk or Thirdborn really is, but you know, let's indulge Kai here.
And I'll take your money eventually.
Is there anything else I can help you with, amico? Ado, welcome
Okay,
to my fine
updated.
establishment, amico.
Okay, where does this lead? Okay, outside. Okay, we got Giatta to talk to. What about this? Where is this? Unlabeled place. Looks like a church.
Founded machine.
Or a workshop, I guess. Monto Pastor.
Excuse me, but I'm tad busy.
Missing a dragon heart. A dragon heart? Yakumo's invitation to my colleagues, friends, and naysayers. You are hereby invited to a demonstration of my latest achievement, that of spiritual self-combustion. Bear witness as I set fire to my very essence merely to prove that I can. Do you doubt me? Then come watch me fail. Do you trust me? Then come watch me go out in a blaze of glory. Either way, you will be entertained. I anticipate a large and captive audience. Giacomo Filuccio. Okay, interesting, yeah. Suicide by way of essence self-combustion. That's so wild. Tides and moons. As far as a show, to their lovers and haters. Tides and moons. Mineral fragments, you mean like star metal? They do not naturally occur on any known continent. Because they came from the stars. We got another flood myth. Flood origin. blood legend, even in the Living Lands. Oh, okay. Small moon. To Eora. Forget-me-not tonic. Instructions for use. Take one a cupful approximately 1 hour before beginning tedious activity. If administered correctly, time should appear to pass more quickly, and tasks should feel more tolerable. Side effects may include amnesia surrounding the dosage period. Oh, that's that's kind of an interesting drug, let's say.
I have to do something. I can't let anyone else discover this.
Discover what?
Ah, envoy. I'm sorry. I'm not in a place to talk right now.
You look exhausted. When was the last time you slept?
I'm not concerned with that. Not now. Yesterday, I made an incredible discovery. We can use half as much Adra to achieve the same results. And then I thought, what if one day it's a third, a quarter, a speck?
Wouldn't that be a good thing?
No. To harness these forces for so small a price is too much power. Who knows what kind of chaos we'll create? I have been reading Athelmir's treatise on Wotica. Perhaps she's right. Maybe animancy should be reined in.
Set an example. Show your colleagues it can be used for good.
How can I? All right. I'll do some more tests and see where they lead me. But I won't publish anything until I'm absolutely sure.
Do appreciate an animancer with, you know, some ethics. Actually questioning what they're doing would be a good thing for society. That's actually very welcome. Not something that you get to hear very often these days in real life. So the Deadfire Archipelago. At least not publicly. Sure, there are good scientists and technologists that do have a sense of ethics, and yeah, they're just not out. You don't hear about them in public. Anyway, another long thing that I will be reading in silence. Barbed Ravager, giant shark. Huh. Winding serpent. Leviathan. Pulpovir. Scary. Pulpovir. My rejection of so-called ethics by Monto Pastor. Okay. Animancy is a magnet for naysayers who cherish ignorance over progress and safety over opportunity. I do not deny that our art has produced some misfortune over the years. Vale Reach, Brackenberry, and the event at the Castell House, to name a few. That's Giada, right? Yeah. But why should these isolated incidents cast such a long shadow? When a ship sinks to the bottom of the ocean, no one forces merchants to abandon their trade. I say that we resist society's unjust call to smash our machines and burn our research. We are animancers. Society is welcome to join us, but we won't hesitate to leave them in our dust. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. is actually is. Stained glass window to the outside. That's like all steep. Yeah, actually, you know what? That doesn't look real. It kind of just looks like a freaking JPEG. Doesn't look like it's actually part of the world. Summit meeting notes on the dead fire event 2029 AI. Topic: spiritual disturbance in the dead fire archipelago. Governor Ignacio Vidaro presiding. All agree that a disturbance shook the metaphysical veil between the here and the beyond. Ask about capitalization and cause of disturbance unknown. Experiment gone wrong. Rumor of giant otter statue dismissed as mass hallucination. Pere Calici requests to contact Republic's associates for second opinion. Governor Vitaro denies the motion. Verdict: results inconclusive. No action required at this time. Yeah, no action. That's the prevailing
The Adra is
sentiment
healthy.
here.
It's the essence I'm concerned about.
This again. You're beginning to sound like Giata.
Have you ever stopped and listened to her? She might be onto something.
I'm sure her mother and father were onto something, and look what happened to them.
Ancient history of Queen's birth, arrival of the Valiants. Inge Waraki. Yeah, that's what happens when civilizations clash, come together. However you want to see it.
Excuse me, but I'm a tad busy.
What's going on up here? So many. From the efficacy of imps. Simplest Google. Love to see that word. Google. Alchemy of imp spray. Imp farts, concentrated imp farts. Academic recognition for it. Yeah, imps. Doing imp things. Imp husbandry. Oh boy. Never allow imps to learn spells or wield artifacts of power. Their bodies sponge up the essence remainder and grow exponentially larger in size. One of my household servants pilfered a ring from my collection and grew to the size of an aurochs before I had him properly drained. Their glands also grow more pungent than we right can hope to encompass, so beware. Yeah. Big imp.
What do you
Imps
think
can't
of
be big.
Giata's theory? Well, my experiments have been a little
Unpredictable. Like the essence has no sense of direction.
How did you know?
We should talk, but not here.
Ruins of Eora. Oh, so that was, yeah, Belappa. We saw last, earlier, I guess, when it was nighttime. 2 moons, Belappa and Calda. Okay. 2 moons. Guessing we'll be going back to this building later on after we've talked to Giada. Or we've made more progress in the main quest. Feels like an important place because it's the workshop of the Animancers. Casanueva. Wait a minute, what? Like, this person is seeing these 2 women just to take their research and maybe pass it off as his own. Asshole. If I read that right.
I had one job.
Lieutenant
Couldn't even do that.
Fidelio. Quest giver.
Look out for her, Fidelio. How hard could that have been?
Another troubled Fiorian. Is everyone in the city? Can I help you?
If I could help myself, do you think I'd be in here? I don't mean that. I have a lot on my plate.
I've got time. What's the matter?
My 2 youngest rangers were supposed to report back from their rounds. I assumed they'd turn up. But it's been 3 days now. They're still not here.
They've disappeared before, haven't they?
3 times this month. They're going to be the death of me. They're besotted. I can't get them to think about anything else. Belena and Adelaro were my most promising recruits.
Besotted, yep.
Now, all they do is sneak off to...
Dip the pen in the inkwell? Have relations? Screw each other? Yeah, get to know each other, yes, I understand.
I think they know each other very well.
Well, there's worse places to make the 4-legged beast. I promise you that.
Oh, yeah?
New recruits running off with each other? Oh, man. This brings me back.
Anyway, I never thought I had any cause for concern. They always found their way back eventually, but they haven't this time. They're out there, all alone, and they could be in danger, and
Yeah, that would be, the unexpected twist to this. Like, oh, all your worries are... No, they are silly, because they just... I've gotten, better at it? They gotten even more intertwined with each other. You don't have to explain yourself. I'd be worried about my charges too, yeah.
the last time I saw them, I sent them to patrol the northern riverbed. If you go that way, please, keep an eye out for them. I'm losing my mind in here.
Sure. Hopefully we don't
Two
actually...
young Nimdutin wandering out by a river. Consider them found.
Maybe we don't look too soon.
Yeah.
Give them a while. Know what I mean?
Yeah, don't want to intrude.
Pour you a drink, good like?
Zabi Brewer. Sure, in a minute after I read this letter. Adelaro, my love, I want to see you again. What about our patrol tomorrow night? The woods will give us some privacy. Be the word to Aina though. She went straight to the captain last time. Belen House. Is that them? Yeah, because looks like
The crops ruin all.
The military.
Can anything be done?
The Rangers, I guess.
I ought to give up farming, leave Emerald stay.
Zavi Brewer.
Well, I'll be a godlike in the bone and bore. Apologies for the ruckus outside. The Animancers never know when to shut their mouths.
Every town has its quirks. I would know.
Sounds like you've traveled a fair bit. Although even by Fior standards, tensions are at a breaking point. Except Giata and Quilici, that is. They are the only Animancers taking the Dream Scourge seriously.
What do you think?
You see this pub? No one here is an Animancer. We are Fior's labor. Rangers, farmers, and the sentries. We've all heard the rumors from outside. Animals gone mad. Terror stalking the wilderness day and night.
Rumors always carry a sliver of truth.
That's what scares me. Whatever is happening, it's coming for us. Although I admit Fior is in a bad way. Dream Scourge or not. We've had crops fail before, but never food rations. The governor says it's just a temporary precaution, but I am not buying it. So, we ought to drink while we can. Agreed? Anything I can get you?
Tell me about the bone and boar.
What are you fixing to know?
I'd like a little history about the place.
I opened the place after my brother cut me out of the family business years ago.
Family business.
I opened the Bone and Boar.
Well, not this.
For all the customers he found undesirable. The rough types.
What was the family business?
In a word, tea. My parents were the first owners of the gifted magpie. Mom was an Animancer, and the pa wasn't. They fought constantly. Because of that, my brother Hector hates conflict. It's ruined the magpie's business.
Right, so yeah, that's the person that what was that lady in that store, the apothecary, is pining for. Yeah. How so?
Visit the magpie and talk to him. You'll see what I mean. Now, is there anything else I can get you?
Yeah, what do you got for sale? Lockpicks. Florian rice wine. Salpo. Grog. How many do I have of that? Nine grog. Can't get enough of grog. Ooh, Arak actually. Maybe let's get Arak.
What'll it be?
Something sparkly at the other side of that wall. Grenade! Well, that's Giata. Before we talk to her, let's do the complete round of this area because we went right when we entered the town. Although I guess, oh wait, there's this whole area here. Yeah, I'd gone left, so. Over here.
Spirits are truly wonderful.
Oh, the gift of the magpie.
Powerful, self-aware, and reach with insight.
Frustrated
Insight,
scroll.
you say?
Indeed. The spirits have access to lifetimes of knowledge.
A little knowledge would do me good right about now. A pity I must wait until I'm dead.
Souls are made of essence. Essence is made of... Why are hostile spirits visible to the naked eye? Undiscovered gods? Mapping the beyond? Soul compass. Is that something? How to hide our work from the gods? Tea? Soul tea? If I don't settle on a dissertation topic, my mentor is going to kill me. Oh, yeah. It's be tough, but, yeah. Even animancers still have to do their homework and research.
For a refreshment?
Take apple, bleak-horn cheese wedge, patties and shot pie, bleak-horn cheese wheel, fresh water, all of that good stuff. You're Hector Brewer. Last name Brewer, yeah, how can you not be in the business of brewing tea if your last name is literally Brewer?
If you are looking for sanctuary, you have found it. The Gifted Magpie is a house of calm, rational discussion. We have only 2 rules of conduct. Maintain dignity and speak in a soft tone of voice.
So the opposite of what I heard at the governor's mansion! No, we don't have to immediately get into a confrontation. What is that enchanting smell?
Cloves, cinnamon, and anise are just a few of the remedies that help foster a peaceful environment. Animancers are miracle workers, but their work breeds obsession, rivalry, and bitter disagreement.
Right, yeah, so the only thing that's missing here is like a bossa nova track, just gently flowing across the room. Maybe some easy listening, or just sound of running water. It does, yeah.
Consider the dream scourge. One crisis, many ways to manage it, all of them frustrating in their contradictions. This tea house is where troubled minds come to approach problems from a quieter angle.
Sounds like you're running a public service.
Fior Mesiverno values individualism, but I much prefer to focus on the health of the community. Now, will there be anything else?
Why is this place called the Gifted Magpie?
Believe it or not, this building was once my father's grain warehouse. One day, a magpie landed on the rafters and spoke fluent Valian to anyone who would listen.
Sign from the gods, if I've ever heard one.
Indeed. As I'm fond of reminding people, stranger things happen every day. Helia is the goddess of birds and creativity. Yes, the spiritual significance of a talking magpie is debatable.
Debatable.
But the tale inspired others to make this a haven of creativity. And so, here we are.
Talking in ASMR tone of voice. What happened to the magpie?
Who knows? Either it flew away on bad business, or it was just a metaphor to begin with. A good story knows where to end itself. The bad ones all end in grief.
Okay. We'll just expose Abrit just like this. We're not gonna do that to her. She hasn't done anything to earn such shaming. We're gonna play matchmaker. No, let's just order some tea.
Regrettably,
what?
We are out of tea. My stockpile is exhausted, and the harvest has not kept up with demand. We have other goods for sale, if you care to peruse them. Trinkets I have collected over the years.
Got any CDs of bossa nova artists. No tea in a tea house.
The fields have been unproductive of late, and what grows has not risen to our standard. I am hopeful that this is a temporary setback and not a sign of things to come.
Okay, let's see what you have for sale. Treasure map, practical pockets. I'm gonna buy this treasure map and not even use it, not even look at it, not even try. War Mage's Bracers. Ability essence costs plus 15% shock damage. Harness the Storm. Why did I almost say gloops? Oh. Yeah, this is just common. No, it's fine, right? Yeah, I'm gonna... Electric Lily Seed. Get the one. Okay. Get anything back here? That's what you use to brew your tea? Your non-existent tea?
I have been thinking about the moon.
How do you get up there to the second floor?
Yeah. There is no armor and enough. None that we can see in a telescope.
Come one, come all. My
Oh,
invention
no,
is
the
guaranteed.
magnificent.
A moment of your time, my
Essence
friend.
enlarger.
Tell me, what do you know about your soul?
Well, I am a godlike, so I've got some divine heritage.
Wrong.
Your soul is an ancient,
Okay.
wondrous thing, suffused with lifetimes of rich, delicious memory. But it's tired, my friend, heavy with the burden of generations, and too weak to survive another turning of the wheel.
And how much do I pay you to lighten my soul?
That's the beauty of it. The first treatment's on the house. The moment you entered the city, I calibrated my invention to the highest setting and attuned it to your soul. So tell me, how do you feel? Better already, huh?
Uh-huh. Also, I just... First thought that this is her hair, but no, it's actually just like a cloth over her head. It's got a band around it to keep it. It's just funny. My soul feels lighter, as if all my worldly cares have fluttered away.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. From this day forward, your life will be one of bliss and satisfaction. Do remember to tell your friends about all the benefits of animancy. Enjoy your soul.
No, I thought
You
that
have
there
a
would
thing
be
for
a...
sticking your head in the bear's mouth, don't you?
That's the first lie I've ever told this entire video game that I've been playing for like a little over 20 hours. Okay, that just leads us back to the governor's manor. Leads us back to the plaza. And... Can I go... This leads to the upper part of the Gifted Magpie. Yeah, I was wondering. Homeward Level contain. Dear Len, you would love it here. The living land is quite the vacation spot. You have small mushrooms, large, giant mushrooms. They remind me of Maura, poor, sad Maura, and her mushroom-riddled face. Oh, I haven't met any dragons yet, but I will let you know the instant I do. Then we can both have dragons. Animancy is so much fun. One of the locals sat me down in front of a machine and told me that my soul is shaped like an orb. You believe that? I offered him a signed copy of my famous spell, Kane's Chaotic Orb. He said no thanks. It is lost, right? You still have that locket I gave you? Whenever you're feeling lonely, don't forget to open it and think of me. It may be right back, your friend. Tane the Archmage, author of Tane's Chaotic Horde. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Lane hates when I talk about myself. And when I call her Len. Len? Why did I say Lane? Had serial experiments on my mind, and everything's about me. But I will get on her good side even if it kills me, which it might, if the living lands doesn't kill me first. Advancing for farmers. Farming in Emerald Stair is both simpler and more complicated than other lands. It's important to understand why. Animancy is the art of soul manipulation, because we sit atop a rich vein of soul essence. Our animancers work miracles of healing, personal enrichment, research, and yes, agriculture. The machines around Pior Mesiverno tap into the flow of essence and use it to give life to the soil. Don't touch the machines or disturb any animancers at work. Don't ask questions about what they do or how they do it. If you get sick, someone might escort you to the ruins west of a town for observation and final rites, if necessary. And some of the farmhands might not draw breath. Beyond that, it's business as usual. Yeah, don't ask about
Giada's
it.
causing trouble at the governor's mansion again.
You must admit she has a point. We should do something about the Dream Scourge. Not simply wait for it to pass.
Be careful with that kind of talk. The governor has ears all over town.
Dangerous Legacy by Arthur Castell. Fiorme Severno is a dangerous legacy. We exploit the land for its riches, but our way of life is only a generation old. Our children will inherit an ecosystem they barely understand, because we barely understand it. Despite our success, I worry for the future. The animancers who have planted these seeds will not be the ones who harvest whatever grows. Yeah, that's cause for concern. So have we explored all of these back streets accessible, or are they just part of the map? Like the illustration of the map and not the in-game world itself. Please go no further. Stop where you are. The Castell family laboratory is closed to the public and hazardous to life. Nothing in here is worth dying for. There is no research or renown to be discovered. Only a danger we still do not understand, which may yet linger even in the absence of life. It is important that you understand my parents were the greatest animancers who ever lived, and they did not leave this place the way they entered. What happened to them can happen to you. Oh, wow. And you can't even pick the lock. Gotta get Giada's key. Basement. Conducted that experiment. I could probably just steal it, like I did with the governor's manor, but let's go talk to Giada.
That did not go as I had planned.
What did you think would happen when you confronted him so?
Well, my first idea was to mess up his house. Maybe break a window or two.
Perhaps I should thank you for showing restraint.
Alright, let's talk.
I'm sorry you had to see that. What an asshole.
Giada, some manners, if you please. Why start now?
We're on the verge of extinction, but our governor is too busy protecting his fragile ego.
He's focusing on the wrong problems, that's for certain.
What does he know? He isn't even an animancer.
You did challenge his authority.
I know, but... curses. Without Fiorme Siverno, I'm hardly even an animancer. My tools, the workshop, all gone.
I'm sorry about your exile, Giada, but can we still fight the Dream Scourge?
We'll have fewer resources to work with, but anything's possible. At least now I'm free to study whatever I want, on my terms. The Dream Scourge has been a thorn in my side for too long.
How so?
I have plans for this island, and they don't involve the Dream Scourge. But that's a story for another day.
Your parents would be proud to see such tenacity.
Anyway, listen to us babble. Let's talk about you. I never expected to see a Nadiran envoy here. You've got a lot of guts showing your face in a town full of animancers.
It wouldn't be the first time I sacrificed my ethics in exchange for an ally.
We haven't even gotten started and we're already talking about ethics. I can tell I'm going to like you. Our first order of business is the Dream Scourge, but I'm also curious about you. There aren't many godlike left these days.
You think there might be a connection?
Wouldn't that be a coincidence? I only bring it up because Anamancy might offer us some insight into your nature. Keep an open mind. While I pack up my belongings, you can help me by...
Are you alright? Let her finish.
I don't even know. I just realized this is the end. I have to leave your Miss Iverno. Forever.
Nothing ends. Think of it as a new beginning with new friends. Well, no, yes. Let's be sympathetic to it. I have to offer up words of wisdom. She is struggling with having her life upended.
As much as I would love that, we're already out of time. When it comes to the Dream Scourge, we haven't been allowed to acknowledge the problem, much less act on a solution. Today, that changes. I need help from the Animancers around town, but as you can see, I'm an outcast.
Maybe I'll have better luck.
I hope so, because we're running out of options. Manto Pastor is in the workshop.
Right,
due
I figured,
west.
yeah.
He's got an invention that can help us. Elia Rossell is an authority on the undead. Her methods are controversial, but useful. She lives in a cottage southeast of town. And then there's Yvette and Remy, our philosophers. You'll find them at the docks, southeast of Fjord. Each of them owes me a favor. Drop my name and they'll tell you what they know about the Dream Scourge.
What do you expect to learn?
I'd rather you find that out for yourself. Whatever it is, I won't be disappointed. We're about to make history. But first, research.
Guessing she's not much of a hunter. Might want to get extra rations next time we go shopping.
Godlike, Imperial
Yeah,
envoy,
rations. Exactly.
research assistant. Who knew?
I'm gonna need all of this stuff, Jata. You need me to help. Jata's award. The award for best achievement in agriculture goes to Jata Castello. Thanks to your hard work and innovation, last season's pumpkins were larger, rounder, and grew at record speed. Please join us to receive your award of 10 copper bars and a slice of Vanessa Pastor's blue urban flashberry pie. Flashberry. Well done, Jata. You earned it too. Kalichi. Wait, where's that quest with the lady wants me to give the offerings to the set them near graves? Is it not like an actual like explicit quest? I don't know. It's not here. At least I don't see it. No, this is the one. Elder Offerings. What am I even saying? Yeah, that's Rosanna, right? That's this. Is it the same Rosanna? No, it's Roselle. What am I saying? Okay. All right. So I think I'll just go talk to Monto, and I'll probably end the session there because yeah, I've been like for a bit now, and I'm getting hungry, so I need to eat.
We'll get thrown out of the pub. We're already.
Yeah.
Really?
Monto Pastor.
I heard there was a new arrival, but I didn't expect a godlike. Welcome to our modest workshop.
Giata and I are investigating the Dream Scourge. Well, you know what? I think this is probably not going away since it's part of the main quest. Oh, I want to ask first about this other stuff. Explain for a curious outsider, how does animancy work anyway?
What a question! If I were to answer in full, we'd be here for several decades. In short, we animancers study essence, soul matter, if you will. Nearly everything has some essence, including you and I. Here in Emerald Stair, we use essence to enhance the crops, power our machines, even animate corpses. That is a preliminary explanation, but one that should serve, I hope.
Okay, so they enhance the crops with essence. You don't just use the essence to farm the lands. They also use it to enhance the crops. Maybe because the essence has been, maybe the hypothesis is that it's polluted now because of the Dream Scourge, and that's what's making the crops fail. What do you know about metaphysical anomalies in the living lands?
More than most, but less than I would like. Unfortunately, I cannot do a lick of research while my equipment is underpowered and overworked.
That's why you need the thing to insert on the thing to get the thing to start working and doing its thing. That's not good. Giata said your machine could help her research.
Yes, her theory of the Dream Scourge, I'm quite familiar. What I need is a stronger power source.
Are you currently using copper or not?
Copper allows greater power modulation through shaping, but Adra has the potential to store more essence. I could use a large single block of Adra, but harvesting it is difficult in this environment. Oh, wait. One of our rangers reported that an Adragon recently died in a western grove.
Adragon, a dragon. At the risk of stating the obvious, we're standing in front of a massive Adra pillar.
Indeed, but that well is almost dry. I need more. An Adragon's heart can hold an immense amount of essence. The grove is to the west across the chasm. You can't miss it. The rangers say a Delamgan queen holds court there. You may be able to retrieve it without violence, but most Delamgan in these parts are hostile to Keith. So you can understand why none of us went rushing over there to find it when we heard the Adragon had died. Still, Delamgan queens can be reasoned with, so if you want to get the heart peacefully, try not to kill her guards.
Yeah, will the guards be immediately violent? We'll see. Let's see.
Do
see what
be
I can
careful.
do.
Emerald Stair is not itself these days.
Okay.
If you can convince her to hand it over, I'll be more than impressed.
We'll see indeed. We'll see if that happened next session or not, because yeah, wait. And the others? Oh yeah, they're not in town. They're out in Emerald Stair. Right, so there's Yvette and Remy over the docks, and Elia. Okay, and I got a bunch of quests. Bunch of quests to do for the next session, because yeah, this one has been mostly just picking up quests and getting to know what the whole issue is over here at Fior Mesiverno, or just Emeralds there in general. Meeting the major players of the region. Alright, cool. Yeah. Gonna end it here. Next session will be more of quest doing than just quest finding. Alright. Yeah. No other quest in Fior Mesiverno itself, so I guess I could just let's see. No, I guess I could just walk out. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk out and call it there. Actually, you know what? Yeah, before I do that, I did want to go into Giata's bedroom, maybe. Get the key from there. See what's going on over there in the basement.
You ever think, what if I wasn't arranged?
I can go up here. Let's do this before we end. Physical Frontier by Cordella Castell. Nature as we know it is ours. We dam its rivers, we cut down its forests. But the metaphysical world, the nature next door, that is the true prize. Oh boy. Weird. Anyway. When we can break the spirit world like a stubborn horse, the possibilities are endless. Today we grow crops, tomorrow souls. Ah, I see. Okay, yeah. We already had that one account of animancy where tried to transfer one soul to another, which ended poorly. Now they thought of growing souls. Giata's journal. This crop shortage is the perfect opportunity to test my family's research. But of course I'm getting nowhere with Ignacio. He has the town wrapped around his little finger. You'd think a community of quote-unquote free-thinking animancers would embrace a little innovation, but no, not even to save their lives. What would Mother have done? Though I suppose I don't need to ask. Perhaps I could succeed where she failed, as soon as I gather the courage to enter the lab. Someday, not just today. I heard from a friend. Giata, are you well? Ever since I moved away, I hear only rumors about what happens inside the walls of Fior Mesiverno. And the rumors alone are cause for concern. They say you've been starting fights with the governor, stirring unrest at the workshop, turning animancers against each other. I adore you too much to believe such nonsense, most of it anyway. But allow me to give you a word of advice. There's a pattern to this behavior even if you think there isn't. You believe that your ambitions are being held back, so you hold them back further by alienating everyone in reach, and thus prove your own point. Trust me, I know from experience. As did your mother. Be careful that you don't hurt yourself in the crusade to be proven right. Come and visit me sometime. Put aside your worries and clear your mind, as Silvo misses you. That is an interesting way of looking at what's going on with Giata. Invitation to drinks. Giata, once our patrol is over, a few of the rangers are grabbing drinks at the Bone and Brewer. Would you care to join us? Of course, I understand if you're busy again. The offer still stands. It doesn't even have to be with the other rangers. It could just be the two of us, sitting and talking. Well, now I've said too much. You get the idea. Best of luck with your experience. That's funny. I wanted to ask her out. And I thought that was going to be the key. Key be somewhere here. Maybe it's in her person. honor person. Maybe it's hidden! Yeah, probably makes more sense for it to be honor. Yeah, she seems to be smarter than the governor. Yeah, already I can already see like the ethical dilemmas here that you'll end up having to reckon with once we get to like the end of this main quest, where you go along with Giat's experiments that have led to terrible things already happening, or you don't, but don't find a more direct way of dealing with the Dream Scourge. Love having their picnics on rooftops, huh? See the essence moving from these cables to and fro. That's the workshop. Wonder if you can actually get onto the roofs and get up there. Actual eggs and a moonstone. Alright.
Affordable, reliable, and verifiable. Honest Emmy.
So yeah, I don't have any more business here in the town. At least not right now. Come back later. So yeah, let's just head outside and then so we can start the next session without having to go through another loading screen. Okay, cool. Thanks. More to explore. The Emerald Stair. Next time. Yeah, alright.